Hi, hope you're having a great day wherever you are. Today I want to specifically target, the questions and the issues of margin trading. Why? Because Binance, has recently launched its margin trading in beta mode for 5 cryptocurrency, namely Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, XRP, Binance Coin, and also Tron coins, Now, at the same time, there is a recent thread in Reddit where a graduating student lost everything he had in true margin trading, and he actually had 1 Bitcoin accumulated through the low bear market of 2018. That means basically, he has actually doubled his returns at today's prices, literally. But because he is, too greedy, too into himself, and because he also found BitMax, which offer 100 times leverage of margin trading, and he got greedy and he didn't know what he's doing, and then he lost it all. And this is basically a good reminder, and you can read about it here as well. Now, that brings me to the key question or key issues I want to discuss today. I basically summarize it down to 5 questions you need to ask yourself, whether margin trading is right for you or not. Question number 1, do you even understand technical analysis? Do you know how to read charts? Do you know what is resistance level, what is support level? Do you know what is a stop loss? And do you know what is a margin? Do you know what is 2x mean? What does it mean? What does 100x means, If all these terms are foreign to you, then definitely do not engage in margin trading, no matter how attractive it sounds. Now, question number 2, have you engaged in and how successful you are in margin trading in the traditional asset world, where volatility is much lower in the equity world, in the FX world, If you have done margin trading before in stocks, in bonds, in FX, and you have good success, then perhaps you can then think about it and apply the same strategy and lessons that you have learned into cryptocurrency. But still, bear in mind that cryptocurrency, even in the spot market, that means even in the normal trading without leveraging, without taking out a loan, you are already much more volatile than trading a normal stock or a normal FX, So one day the Bitcoin can fall by 30%, and it's no surprise. It is very common. So can you stomach that kind of losses or not? Number 3, are you emotionally led? Are you someone who has to prove yourself? If you lose money through a trade, you must, trade again continuously until you make back those money, Or are you someone who can really control yourself? After you lost money, you think it is better to go out, to stop trading for a while until you have cleared your mind, until you are totally calm. What kind of personality are you? If you are someone who is emotionally led, that means if you don't have a good handle, if you don't have a good control over your own emotions, margin trading is a big no for you. And why? Because this is one of those very risky endeavor, because spot trading is already risky, but margin trading is even more so, because you can lose much more money, and of course upside is also much more than your initial capital outlay, but the loss can be also a lot more than your initial capital outlay. And if you subject your emotions, normally that's the case when your emotions will normally kill you. Question 4, are you a beginner in crypto? Do you even have, some Bitcoin or some altcoins, or minimally you must have some Bitcoin in your holdings for the long term? If you are a true believer in crypto, you must at least have those parked aside, and then margin trade with some other amounts, So to make sure that, whatever prices that you accumulated now is just still much lower than the target price that a lot of people are envisioning, You're talking about 6-figure, 7-figure kind of long-term targets, So do you even have those little amount parked aside? If you don't even think about margin trading. That means you are a total beginner in this space, Margin trading is not for you. Question 5, the last question is actually, do you have a consistent income source or income inflow, or cash inflow, where you can stomach a big, huge losses in margin trading if you passes all the 4 questions above? The last one is, do you have a consistent cash flow inflow, that will allow you to stomach a lot of losses, right, in the case that the market don't go in your favor, right? That's really the 5 questions I have for you. Yeah. And if first one is, again, to recap quickly, do you understand technical analysis? Do you understand terms like support level, resistance level, stop loss, right? If you don't, do not do it. Number 2, have you had success in margin trading in a traditional asset class? Number 3, are you emotionally led, right? Number 4, do you have even some crypto just holding for the long term? Number 5 is, do you have a consistent income flow? Now, the thing is, these 5 questions I think is a very, very important filter for you to answer before engaging in any margin trading. Margin trading, of course, has its upside, but the downside is also very dangerous, right? So now, because with Binance offering margin trading, and now Coinbase is also considering, right? Though Binance is only offered as per invitation basis, and their max leverage is only 2 times, but still, right? I do not wish things like this to lose everything upon you. And most importantly, now it is still a very low price to get into Bitcoin, right? And if you have accumulated Bitcoin, especially in the last 1 year, that means you have managed to get Bitcoin in at very low prices, and you will be really kicking yourself in the foot. And don't be cheeky, right? If you really lost it all through, like in this student's case, lost it all through greed, through margin trading, where initially you actually have maybe 1 Bitcoin in your holdings, and if you do nothing, you can actually ride the wave through to 6 figures, through to 7 figures. Of course, there might be downtimes, there might be crashes down along the way, there will be bumps along the way before we get there. But if you're someone who can really hold on to that level, then you'll be really kicking yourself in the foot if you really lost it all. The key is because if it's something you have bought in at such a low price at 4,000, 6,000, or even 8,000 level, and if the few years later it really go up to 7 figure or high 6 figures, and if you have lost it all through something stupid like margin trading, right, then you have only yourself to blame, really, right? And the most important thing is, the most expensive thing in life is really regret, because then you'll be thinking, actually I could have, right, gained that 50x or 100x gain, but because I was super greedy, right, I want even gains faster at a more shorter time frame, and then I've engaged in margin trading, and that is when you really kick yourself in the foot. So I think if you don't know what you're doing, right, answer those 5 questions. If you really don't know what you're doing, if you're such a newbie in this game, in a game of investments, right, because it's really about mindset at the end of the day. So if you're so new to this, do not be greedy, right? Do not engage in this, right? That's all I have for today, right? I really want to pass this message out there, because it has really pained me to hear this student's story, right, that he actually lost everything because of greed, and although he has no experience at all in this world, right? So yeah, please pass this message around if anyone's considering margin trading. So that's all I have for today, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. All the best, right? And do not be over greedy. Thank you.